our next speaker, Astrid. Welcome, Astrid. I'm just going to read a bit about Astrid to you, another one of my amazing friends. Astrid's uniqueness in her work is that she goes deep in everyone's individual needs. She creates customized nutritional programs based on facts and the person's life and circumstances, rather. She works with people to boost immunity and detoxification while releasing, maintaining, or gaining weight, but as well to improve leaky gut symptom, menopausal symptoms, and endometriosis, open wounds, etc. Astrid's calling brings her fulfillment. She encourages and teaches using simple strategies to improve health and well being. Astrid, welcome.
Thank you so much, Coretta. Thank you for what you're doing today. It is amazing. I just want to congratulate you. That is the very first thing that I want to do. You did so, all these beautiful people here. I love Susan's Jane presentation and everything what you do in Facebook. I mean, I'm in the group. I see what you guys are all doing, and I totally like it. I like what I see. You change people. This is amazing, Coretta. Thank you for doing this.
Thank you so much, Astrid. And before I jump into the question, I remember maybe 2 weeks ago or a week ago, I was feeling frustrated. I was doing some exercise. Of course, I wasn't connecting my mind to what I was doing. I was drifting and all over the place. And in the middle of it, I started to cry because I was looking at my stomach and I was not happy, with the size of it. And I'm like, I'm working out at least 3, 4 times a week. Yes, I'm not eating properly, but at least in my head, the workout should have been working. I was getting frustrated. And I shared that vulnerably with the group on Fitness Swag Club. And Astrid messaged me and she's like, let's talk. She literally sent me a Zoom link and we spent, I don't even know how long, a long time. And she's asking me questions, telling me, what needs to be fixed. And I'm like, this is something somebody would spend hundreds of dollars on. And Astrid just gave to me so willingly. And I'm so thankful, for your spirit of giving and how it has supported me so far. I appreciate you. So let's jump into it, Astrid.
Did it help, Coretta?
Yes, it's helping. And I'm doing better, girl. It
Good.
starts. So, hydration and the gut brain effect.
Yeah.
Astrid, why is hydration, or simply put, drinking water, so important to boosting our energy and maintaining our ideal weight?
Well, let me first tell you where I'm actually coming from. I am a certified nutritional therapist, and I'm really working with and for people since 18 years. And where it started actually with me personally, because I am from the pharmaceutical and I had to change my mindset as well because I saw that there were so many solutions, but it had always to do with medications. And I am a kind of person, when there is a side effect written on the bottom of it, labeled, I'll get it. So it didn't help me. And this is why I realized I need a different solution for me, especially when the doctors were telling me I would not be able to have any children. So this is where I then really started to go into the subject of food. And this is where I then realized that lots of changes needed to happen for me. And one of it was actually hydration. So just to let you know where I am today I'm a mother of 3 children and I am healthy. And this is why I want to bring this to others. So, what it has to do with hydration is that a lot of people actually do not know why we drink water, why we have to drink water instead of soda. A lot of people are associating this with sugar, but it has actually not to do with sugar only. Hydration is when, for example, us as ladies, we have this hormonal thing going on as well. And if we do not have enough water, our body is taking it from wherever we have fluid. And then we cannot go anymore to the washroom. And then we have those days during our days where we have migraines, or we have a brain fog, or we cannot focus enough. These are those kind of signs for you ladies and men that you need to improve your water intake. To give you an example, 2 liters per water you need for breathing alone during the day. And that depends then if you are doing exercises, if you are in warm countries, or wherever you are. This may then fluctuate a little bit, but just think about it. How much water do you drink? And then you see, you need 2 liters of water for breathing. Your muscle need water. Your digestion need water. If your digestion has not enough water, no washroom, ladies. One of the things is extremely important. Or you go in the gym and you don't have enough water. And then you're trying like Coretta, and then you're getting frustrated because there is no change. You changed your food, maybe, but then the water is missing and other ingredients to it in order to make your body move into the right direction. I know it was long, but this is what had to be said.
It wasn't long at all, Astrid. I'm wondering, in terms of men and women, is there a difference in how much water we have to consume, or is it the same amount? Can you give us an idea of that?
Sure. Men normally have a higher muscle amount than us girls. This is a little unfair, but this is nature. We won't be able to change that because of their different hormone, which is testosterone, right? We have a different hormone, and we tend to have way more fat because of this different hormone. So we need a little less her than men.
Okay. So is drinking 1 gallon of water enough? I used to drink 8 cups and I realized that's not enough.
Oh,
So
no,
what
no.
should we really be consuming?
So a normal 35-year-old, around 165 pounds, should drink around the 108 ounces. Okay, and I'm not talking about the 80-20. Okay, so 3.2 liters should be the norm. Or what do they say? 13.4 cups. And this is around. If you now change into you were saying you have way more veggies now going on, if you have more protein going on, if you are going to the gym, it needs to be increased. It needs to be higher than that.
Wow. Okay. Tanis just put, I was told 1 cup of water for every 10 pounds. Is that pretty much what it is based on what you said?
Well, as you just heard, 165 pounds, 13.4, 14 cups
Okay.
is something around. So if you are around that kind of pound, then this is how you can have a look into that.
Okay, understood. Now, I'm not sure if this is a myth, but can you ever really drink too much water? Or if you do drink too much water, will something bad happen to you? If it's a silly question, forgive me, but I've heard it and I've also wondered.
Yeah, no, this is not a silly question whatsoever, because a doctor would tell you if you would drink 5 liters of water, he would test you on diabetes. That's the first thing that they do. But sometimes, and the problem here is, again, and this is what I'm saying a lot of times, is that doctors do not have nutrition in their studies. They have 4, 5, in Europe, they have 10 hours in their 3, 4, 5 years of getting specialized as a PhD in nutrient, in food, in the correlation. So when you're going there and you ask them, what should I eat? They will give you a basic answer because they don't know. Or they really go into the teaching mode every day because there's every day something new coming out in science, and it's science facts. So when people are coming to me, I really need first, and this is really what I need to do. I need to know the basic. Where are you? Where do you want to go? And therefore, I have a lot of questions. And I think this is what everybody should actually really do, not just jumping into something because you might oversee something very important for you.
Awesome, awesome. Okay, so let's get into the meat of things now. In terms
Yes,
of the gut brain effect, Astrid,
yes.
what does that even mean? And how
Ooh.
does it affect our energy level and our attempts, to have optimal health and well-being?
Well, the first of all is really if you do not improve your water intake, your digestion, and the absorption actually of the nutrients that you have in your food, whether or not you have it, I don't know, but the absorption of the food cannot happen. So then it passes away, and if and then all these symptoms are coming, and then you get those band-aids from the doctor, here a painkiller there and another painkiller there. If in the gut you don't have enough fibers, enough protein, enough water, your minds cannot function, you cannot focus anymore. And it has to do, I call it brain fog. If you are unable to focus, have a look what you did those last days in terms of your food and in terms of your intake of water, or what did you drink during the day. So this is why I said to Coretta, take a notebook sometimes. It really helps, and write it down. This is how you can self-correct a little bit. But if you need, and if you think, my God, my belly is always bloated, my hips do not go down, although I do so many things in the gym. Well, maybe then you would need a call to me and we need to go through the basics. And the gut main brain connection has to do with that. The brain fog can go away as much water you drink. And then all the kinds of other nutrients that your brain needs.
Right, right, right. Somebody was just saying that they were drinking way below what they need to, and the bottle is the best bet. Guys, you can't go wrong. I'm sure you could find this in, every country in the world. If you can, maybe check Amazon and really just buy it. It's not that expensive, because I find with that, I walk with it everywhere. If I'm walking around, if I have errands to run, it's heavy. It's like weights as well. And it's reminding me, and it encourages you too as well. There are little things on it. So find, the bottle that's big enough to really help you with your hydration, right? Astrid, you mentioned earlier about the 80-20. I didn't really know about this.
Oh,
Can you
okay.
tell us more about this 80-20 rule? 80 is for nutrition, 20 for exercise. Tell us how
And
this
yes, but I don't call it exercise, not with my patients. So depending on how much weight you really have on your hips, you cannot go to the gym.
Mhm.
It's impossible. There are certain people they should not go because they are so heavily overweight or they are so sick that if you would tell them 20 exercise, their brain would stop and there is immediately a blockage. So when you tell them, try to move, and even if it is really in the living room, and you start with moving daily, don't stay in bed, go downstairs and go upstairs. And you can do this as soft as you have to do, because with the daily exercise, it will become easier. So this is why I'm always caution people, if you have an underlying condition or if you have something with your heart, please first check with your medical doctor. Don't just jump right in because you can harm yourself way, way more. So check on that. Then look into the nutrients, look into your nutrition plan. This is why I write nutrition plans for anybody and everybody. This is why I do have my coaching sessions with people, either on a one-on-one or in a group session. This is either or how people would like to work with me. And the 20% movement can be even 10 minutes as a start, a whole body workout. If you are like Coretta now, you can do those 10 minutes that I have online. You will sweat your ass off, right? But that's okay. If you are not yet there, start slowly. This is just the 80-20. Take care of what you take in. That's kind of the explanation of the 80-20.
I'm just writing. Yeah,
Yeah,
no, seriously, because I think that's the misconception that many of us have. We tend to put more emphasis on working out and not per se what we're consuming. I know that for me is my biggest issue, and I know when I get my mind right, I'm going to see such a drastic difference. So I'm really hoping that what you're saying is resonating. Astrid is not the first speaker to say this to us. We really need to mind our minds, mind what we put in our bodies, because it's even probably more important than us exercising, right, Astrid?
absolutely. And I have to say, see, we grew up in being safe. Our parents were always there, grabbed us, don't do this, don't, yeah, that. Then the teachers, then whatever. Then your first car, what kind of car are you driving? You remember that? That was always about safety. But we haven't been taught about safety in our food. And I tend to say to my family, turn around the label and read it. If there is something in it that you cannot even pronounce, leave it on the shelf. Do things from scratch. That's the healthiest thing ever. And this is why I am really writing those nutritional programs, because it is from scratch. If you are sensitive to something, maybe you're not sensitive to the main ingredient of the food. Maybe you are sensitive because of all the chemicals that they're now putting in.
Right, right. Awesome. So, Astrid, detox. Can you tell us a bit about detoxing? Is it important? How often we should do it? What's the best way of detoxing?
I love it. Thank you so much for that question, Coretta. Detox is such a marketing word. It became such a marketing word. But guys, let me tell you, you detox every day without even taking anything, right? And that's the beauty. Our body is made to detox. So when we say this, so of course, if you don't drink enough water, your kidney is your first organ that can detox all the toxins. And this is why detox, right? The toxin have to move out. If you don't have enough water or enough fluids or enough fibers or enough protein, your gut cannot detox and get rid of all the toxins that are in there. And then we have our liver. The liver is the biggest organ there is. Think about the menopausal symptoms. When you have those, then something is going on somewhere else, because it's a symptom, it's not a cause. We need to identify where the cause is. So we have those huge organs in favor for us. If, for example, a tip that I'm always giving, and I can give this to you guys as well, you have the impression that something is not right and you feel sluggish sometimes, right? If you do go, just go into a grocery store, buy castor oil, put a little castor oil on your palm of the hand, and go really, and now I stand up, go here and just put it on your organ. Here is the liver, and just put it on your skin 1, 2, 3 times a day. Castor oil has an immediate effect and is relaxing the liver. Because when we are in this kind of state, I want to lose weight now, that can be a lot of stress for your body. If it hasn't been already taking a lot of fibers, a lot of protein or water, then all of a sudden the tension is there. And don't mind me, because releasing those fat cells is a lot of work for the body. And in those fat cells, you have a lot of toxins as well. So if you do not have enough veggies and fruit, if this is not enough, then there is a lot of toxin coming into your body. And it's such a complex topic that I could actually start. I could talk with you about 2 hours about this.
Mm. Wow, wow. It does sound complex, but it's not difficult if you have support to guide you,
Exactly.
along the way. So on that note, Astrid, what free gift do you have for our audience?
So I do have an online wellness analyze that you can go in and go through, have a look where you are, where your range is. And if you'd like me to go through this with you, I have coaching sessions as well. I have one-on-ones and I have group coachings. Whatever is then really needed. That is number one. And at the moment, because we are in March, and in March is normally our spring, get into summer kind of month, I have at the moment um, 10 appointments open for 20 minutes free coaching.
Awesome. Wow. So when you get the link, guys, make use of it. She is awesome. She will really get down into it and give you some amazing advice that could really help to change how you view your fitness, your health, your wellness. So, Astrid, in closing, I wonder what question I should ask you. Uh,
Any question from the audience?
well, we have that for later for those coming back. But yeah, let me see if you have one question for Astrid, why not? Drop it in there. Let me see how quickly it will come, and she will answer you. But while we wait for that question, Astrid, in terms of the leaky gut symptoms, how do we really treat this through, yes, drinking the water, but what else can we do in terms of nutrition to treat leaky gut? And what
So
is leaky gut?
leaky guts. Um, I don't have now a presentation, but if you, this is why fibers are coming into the game. You would need, fibers are helping us actually to clean our gut like a toothbrush, right? We have, if you have one of your molars here in the back, just imagine that you got these over 12-meter long, has those knobs, and
Mhm.
this needs to be cleaned. When you have leaky guts, then you are not only bloated, you have a lot of pain, and and sometimes you just need to run to the bathroom. And you come in a cycle, in a toxic cycle, because when your gut is perforated, it's actually a different word for leaky gut, then you have a certain food sensitivity and your body is actually attacking itself. So your T cells are attacking the food that are going through the membranes of the gut. So if you have it like this, then it's open and then the food is passing here and all of a sudden it's coming here inside and you have T cells coming here. And so it's getting a huge inflammation. And inflammation is never good because there is a lot of pain involved. So what can you do besides drinking water? Increase immediately omega-3. Immediately. We tend, so global wise, over 80% of the global population is deficient in omega-3. And why is omega-3 so important? It's because the omega-6, if we have an overload of omega-6, our cells are changing into the negative slash cancer. It might cause cancer. So if this is one of the things, really, water and omega-3. Have a look how much DHE is in your omega-3. I had yesterday somebody showing me something that I used to get from my grandmother, and it was this oil that was so disgusting. But you don't, I can drink this oil, but I take tablets. And have a look how much DHE is in it. You need over 700, 800 milligrams.
Well,
Omega-3 per day, approximately 2 grams per day. Don't increase immediately because then you will run again to the washroom. So increase slowly. Number one. Number two, stay away from gluten. Stay away sometimes from nightshades. Sometimes you have to stay away from dairy and eggs as well, but that depends on the history of what you have. And yes, you can get rid of it. Any more questions?
Astrid, can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, because something really weird just happened with my Zoom. I'm not seeing you. Can you see me?
Yes, I can.
Wow. Yeah, I'm seeing a blank screen, but I'm just going to trust that you're here. In the chat, somebody asked, what's the best source of omega-3?
The best source omega-3 is fish.
Awesome, awesome. Okay.
I will be there tonight, so you can ask me way more questions.
Exactly. So thank you so much, Astrid. It's a good thing that this is happening now because we are going into a break, and the break is a video presentation from my teammate from the Mission Food. He's using coconuts, which is important. You heard Dr. Bobra speak earlier about coconut oil, and he's going to use coconut to prepare 3 different dishes that are all healthy. So you could go have a bathroom break, drink some water, please hydrate, as Astrid just told us, or grab a snack and come right back. We're going to start in half an hour, which is let me just double check to make sure I'm telling you the right time. We're going to start back at 4:25. Or make it 4, which is 4:30 AST or 3:30 EST. So be right back. Do not leave the Zoom room. Stay here. And we have lots more for the second half. So check out Peter's video. He is the founder of Mission Food Possible and the Reggae Chefs. And he has shared this with us. So I hope you will enjoy it. And show some love to Astrid and jump back in later, so you can ask her all the questions you want during our Q&A, and China, who is chat support, will drop the link so you could access that Q&A session later. And she's also going to share the link from Chad, that was the speaker before Astrid, before Susan Jane. And he has some freebies for you, but I'm going to urge you to go in and get those before it expires, because he's going to give you some extra if you sign up today. So thank you so much, Astrid, and I'm going to see you again later.
Thank you so much for having me.
Blessings. All right.